your boy Patrick Michael Strange. This is the NRW. I'm with the squad. I got my man Dalek Sec.
What is up?
I got CC the Geek.
Hey.
And of course the funny yogi, my man Glenn. All right, y'all. We are here at Alamo. We just got done checking out Spider-Man Far From Home. But before we give you our review, we're gonna throw it to our initial reaction to the trailer that we did a couple months back before it all came together. So here it is with our trailer review.
The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is about to play,
warning.
but if you haven't seen
Now in
Avengers
Tom
Endgame yet,
Holland's
stop
voice.
watching
There you go.
because there's some serious spoilers about to come up. But if you have seen Avengers Endgame, enjoy the
British
trailer.
accent always throws me off.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
More Iron Spider. I love that suit.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs. I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up. Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick Fury. Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco.
He really likes me.
That was when I first saw him.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
Could use someone like you in my world.
New world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do. You're coming with us.
Find me something else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel. Unavailable. But who's the friend you need with Spider-Man?
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
Not bad, Peter. I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, are you and Spider-Man? No, of course not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
There's the Kirby Shark's
My
glasses.
friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You're going to step up or not?
Get you guys out of here! Get on the jet! Who are you? I work with Spider-Man. You work for Spider-Man? I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan!
I love that.
Yes. All right, y'all. We are back. We just got out of the film. We had a great event with Alamo. Again, thanks to Alamo bringing in Love NRW and all of our cosplayers. So we just came out, y'all. What do you feel on that? Man, I'm speechless a little bit again.
I'm still throwing up the heart.
Throwing up the heart.
All
Yeah,
the
appreciate the
feels,
love.
Yeah,
the
all the
spider
feels.
feels.
Who wants to go first?
Yo, it was a great way.
So many
It was a
feelings.
great way to wrap up the whole Endgame saga, the whole Infinity War storyline, and then bring us back.
Endgame wrapped it.
Yeah.
This is now kicking off
And
new
this
phase.
is well, I think they said this is supposed to be like the end of it, and like the launching of the beginning.
it's like a warm-up.
yeah, it's like a end beginning type thing, like the beginning of the end
transition.
or end of the beginning, something, whatever. Anyways,
It's the new phase.
I thought it was a
It's the new
great.
phase.
No, they said it's not
Great
the new
connection
phase yet.
point. This is the new phase.
No, they said it's not the new phase yet.
Whatever.
This is the end of this phase.
We'll argue about that. Endgame ended it. Okay. The Endgame is full.
Okay.
Yes.
Agree to
Okay. All right. I'm just saying. But anyways, it was great. And then there was even like a little thing in there where it said like, we're so excited to show you what comes next. I don't know if you guys saw that when they were getting off the bridge or whatever. There's like a little thing. And so I'm very excited to see what comes next. This was dope. Wait,
All right.
wrap all
So
that.
FYI, as we do all this, spoilers, #spoilers all across the bottom.
Yeah.
Again, initial feeling, CC,
Oh
coming
my
out.
gosh. It was, I had high expectations and it still kind of like exceeded my expectations, which was really cool. The action scenes were really good. It had a solid storyline, which you kind of come to expect from Marvel. It kind of like brought more closure to the Iron Man stuff, you know. So that
Still
was
sad.
Really cool.
It was
Still sad.
Yeah, but it kind of showed how, you know, your boy was like kind of afraid to own his own power, and he was like to the point where he gave it away to like someone else who wasn't, you know. I could just so many feels. So many. I'm trying not to get too deep into it too soon, but it's like
Okay. Well, we'll continue with my man Dale. What's your initial thoughts coming out?
I'm still digesting all the feelings right now, but I mean, just on the same consensus as everybody, like this movie was really good. Even coming off similar to like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I kind of have that same vibe from it. Like I like this one just as much.
Yes.
Like they really knocked it out the park with this one, and the progression of the story in the beginning throws you off, and then they just kind of get you in the minute. They make it seem a bit easier for like how the villains that Spider-Man has to go up against, and then they catch you, and then they just bring out this twist out of nowhere. It's like it was really well done.
All right. I'm gonna echo you, Dale, on my initial feelings coming out. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse quickly became, after I saw it, my favorite Spider-Man movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
And I still will say it is Spider-Man Far From Home, right there. You know, Spider-Man is, again, for different reasons.
Tough feat,
but
right?
Far From
Oh
Home,
my goodness.
God damn, that shit was bananas. The only thing I will say is to cut it short so we could don't throw it into other stuff. My initial feeling was Mysterio done 100% right. Mysterio was handled well. So let's throw that now into our, before we go with we have least and favorite moment. So let's start with least favorite moment. What did we not like? If there was something we didn't like. I know it's kind of hard. Marvel knocks it out of the ballpark. What didn't you like with this? I'll start with mine real quick. At the very beginning, spoilers again. Captain America is, you know, officially dead. We know he came back as an old man, but I thought he'd still be alive, but as an old man. But now he's dead.
Okay.
So that's we now know that he's dead.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair
That's cool.
I mean, he's retired, but you know.
So who else?
It's really hard for me to really pick. The only thing that was throwing me off because I started feeling like, oh, this movie's kind of like moving a little too quick, and then you know, at first I was gonna say like the beginning part was like my least favorite, but you know they brought me back in once they pulled off that little Mysterio twist. You know, so I'd say like the elementals
Kind of threw you off.
It was throwing me off.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
But it kind of like brought it all together. He was like a con man. And then you had, you know, everyone kind of who's like comics fans knew that I'm about to call him Rey Mysterio. And Mysterio was a bad guy.
Yeah.
And it was like you got to the point where you almost thought that he was going to be a good dude, and then as soon as he got wearing glasses, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you know from the comic history, like he is a villain. So
Yeah.
they did that, and then the whole theme of the story the movie was to like trick the viewer as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just Spider-Man getting duped; we were getting duped.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. That's my take.
So what was your least favorite
Like when
moment?
he, I don't know if I have a least favorite moment, but I have like, I don't know, the blower at the end where he like revealed who Spider-Man was. So it's like, oh, but then it kind of leads to the next thing. So I didn't want it to end on such a sour note for, you know, Peter. I was kind of hoping that he could just chill. But I mean, it lends to the next phase in the series. So I guess I can't complain.
Mine, I'll go. Mine was kind of easy. It was the campiness of the teachers was just like I thought, like too much.
Oh yeah,
just a little bit
they
too
were trying
much.
too hard.
It was just trying too hard. Although I wanted it there, but I just felt it was like a little bit too much.
That's fair.
But my favorite part was how they had all the tie-ins from like other past movies that you didn't like see coming. Mysterio tricks. All right. Anyways, I got to tell you
my God.
Well, before they know,
the
tell them what
terrible
happened
part.
real quick.
Oh,
Just,
they don't need to know that.
they don't know.
Just
Okay,
do the
Mysterio tricks.
Mysterio
Anyway.
tricks. There we go.
right.
There we go.
The world
Mysterio
will never
tricks.
know. It was the
Yo,
drones.
so my favorite, my least favorite part was the campiness of the teachers.
Yeah.
That was kind of like,
But I do like
didn't
me some JB Smooth.
I
though.
like JB Smooth.
know
I liked
JB
it. I just felt it was over campy. But I think they were trying to do that because it did hit hard. The reason why I didn't like it is because there's so much heaviness with Peter Parker missing Iron Man. I wanted to feel that, and I felt like the
they were
campiness
taking
of the
away
teachers
from it.
kind of took away from it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But the thing that I thought was cool was how they brought back from older Marvel movies
Yeah, that was
all
cool.
those little
All the
tie-ins
suits.
and stuff. And then when he put the glasses on and he looked like Tony, I was like, yo, I could see why Peter fell for it because it's like that nostalgia. You want him to be your...
And you just
Your
went through a
new
heavy ass
mentor.
situation.
And then, you know, you're looking for anybody to take that up, and who better to do it than someone who's tricking you all the time. So, anyways, those were my two. Whoops.
I will go back to you now, Dale. What was your favorite moment in the film, or moments?
My favorite moment, I think, it's much later in the movie when he finally got the Peter Tingle.
Can we do hashtag Peter Tingle? Can we make that? I think that's going to be a thing. Hashtag Peter Tingle is going to be a thing.
I think that to be one of my most favorite parts because he actually, this is the part we spoke about briefly, is the fact that they never really focused on it as much. Is Spider,
aka the Spider Sense,
Spider Sense, which Spider Sense, Spider Tingle, Peter Tingle, shortened it. So yeah, they brought that in, and it was just like his woosah moment. Because Mysterio at this point basically was tricking him with the technology he was using, stealing from Tony, and he was able to at first throw him off, but then when he really tapped into it, he was able to maneuver around the drones and whatnot, and just he literally went Spider Hulk. And he beat the shit out of the drones.
And that was some cool
That was fight sequences.
Yeah, the way that the visual effects and the choreography and everything was just on point. And that was one. I'm trying to think of another one. I think that was one of my most favorite parts. I can't think of another one off the top of my head right now. There's so much I gotta digest, but
okay. We'll throw it to Cece now then.
Well, I guess
I think of it, I'll come back.
Aside from that, I think that the little awkward teenage romance that they built in between Mary Jane.
Oh yeah,
that was cute.
It was
Zendaya
really cute.
plays the facial, the body mannerisms, 100% well.
Yeah,
so good.
Definitely.
Yeah,
it's definitely a teenage version because grown college Mary Jane was really smart.
Yeah,
and confident really.
Yeah.
Where she's she's still kind of getting there.
Yeah,
where she's got this kind of dry humor that's so indicative of who Mary Jane is.
Yeah.
Right, she is kind of dark. She is. I was a little bit concerned somewhere, but
But then she brought it back really cool. When she was
I acknowledge that I'm weird type type thing. It was really cute.
Do rock with you, Peter.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And then, but the finish thing, my second, to finish it.
Give a brother a chance.
Did you just?
No, man. I was making sure everybody.
You interrupted my Mysterio thing. I did the Mysterio. I did the Mysterio.
Well, thanks for the lead-in, because that's exactly what I want to say off the top before I throw another one in.
Alley-oop,
every fucking thing. Thank you. Pippin to Jordan. All right. The Mysterio, like I said, with my initial coming out of there, Mysterio is one of my favorite villains within the whole Spider-Man villain verse. Of his villains, of his rogues gallery, they did him damn good. And then to do the drone thing to explain it, because how the fuck you would explain that he's making all these things happen? Really done well. And shout out to Jake Gyllenhaal, man. Jake Gyllenhaal is a great actor. I never would have thought they would have put him into the Marvel universe as a villain.
Did a good job.
Hell yeah. Damn. Shout out to Jake Gyllenhaal.
The good villains have to die all the time.
Is he dead though? Is he dead though?
He did.
And plus,
how did he put out that
he's
video?
Of the alternate universe. Well, no, he said he is part of this universe.
The guy that remember the guy that left it towards the end of the scene with the laptop. He pulled out that thingy and ran.
Okay.
But before I throw it back to you, so Mysterio, everything with Mysterio was well done. But another second fave that I will remember is the whole Edith scene.
Oh yeah.
And the acronym that is Edith, that is even dead, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! How dope is that? That's Robert Downey. That's Tony Stark to a T, son.
Yep.
Well done. So shout out on that.
Mic drop. That's
and
amazing.
so with that, the Edith scene on the bus. With the drone attack when he's just because that's what a teenage dude would do. That dude's trying to get my girl. He's about to show my girl that picture. Oh hells no!
I gotta.
That was really done well, but then he's like, I can't let the dude kill
That
it.
was a really dope scene where he's trying to get the glasses back. Yeah, like come on, dude, you got drones here. What are you doing?
How dope was that though? That just was insane.
Yeah.
So what else did you
I was just gonna say it's very like you were saying that this is the kickoff to the new phase or whatever. And if you think about it, phase 1 started how? Tony Stark saying, I am Iron Man to the world. And then starting this phase off with somebody announcing Peter Parker is Spider-Man to the world. Very
circular. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah.
You just said that shit.
Circular. Yo, Marvel is doing... I think at this point, it's like, it's almost just they're winning because they've won so much.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they just understand how to win and
Yes.
make and continuously make those things and
Yeah.
make those connections that we want. And
So-
that was dope.
So with that being said, great lead into our final statement. Where do you, with what we saw, what do you want to see from this point? We kind of have our setup for the next phase with the Peter Parker now being known by everybody and everything else. What do you want to see? Prediction real quick before we sign off. Dale. I put you on the spot.
You put me on the spot. I'm
Come
still
on.
trying to digest.
What do
this.
you
I
What
need
do you
to
want to
see it
see?
again.
What do you want to see with what we got? What's the quick thing
I
that's
want to
coming
see
into your
X-Men
head?
come in now.
Okay,
Yes. I
wanna
because we
see
now know
X-Men
it's there.
now, yes.
How they're going to
I
interweave
wanna see
with
how
what we
they're
know
gonna
with the
bring them
X-Men.
in. I want to see, especially because I know Wolverine
Spider-
being
Peter
the
Tinker.
fan favorite.
Yeah.
How they're going to bring him in? How they're going to do his? Because his story arc in itself is a whole thing.
Okay.
And I want to see that.
Okay.
As an next.
We have
That's
a
a lot
message
of
from
movies.
another
Since we now have
Spider-Verse.
an ex. Well, hold up. Marianne from behind the camera. Marianne, you better bring your ass if you're going to say something. Bring your
Bring your ass. She got
Black Cat. That's what I want to see.
Oh, okay.
Black
Okay.
Yeah.
I see
That's
you on
fair.
Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Okay.
CC, our resident
I need
X-Men
to
here.
watch it.
Jubilee.
I know. I do agree with the X-Men comment. I don't know. I'm just still digesting it. I need to watch it
All right,
again.
I'm going to give you a half minute.
Please.
Glenn, what do you want to see, brother?
Okay, I want to see how they reconstitute or what do they do in terms of filling the void of where the Avengers are. Like
That's true.
who's going to because they're going to bring in X-Men most likely. They're going to have mutants. How they're going to do that? I'm guessing that the X-Men will probably take the place of how the Avengers do things. So I want to see how that all kind of coalesces.
Okay.
Where Spider-Man falls into
In the
that.
Marvel
Yeah,
universe.
just
Yeah.
where they have because there's no thing to protect the world that the Avengers were supposed to be, right? To protect them from some world-killing type thing. So it'll be interesting. Because in the void of not having the Avengers, Mysterio slipped in because the world wanted to believe in something.
Yes.
And then he was giving them
I'm
that.
gonna take
so they
advantage
believe
of
him.
everybody.
So he was taking advantage of it. So who's going to fill that void so we know who to actually look up to?
And I'm going to tell you who that is. My prediction.
Uh-oh.
With all that, because now we see these other kind of underlings, these people that were pissed off with Tony,
Yeah.
that joined in this whole
Yeah.
Mysterio band, which those
Who they
people are
gonna be mad
alive.
at now?
Yeah, the
Quentin
other
Beck
people.
died, but all those other people,
Yeah.
because that dude uploaded that thing which revealed Peter Parker, the video and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
So we have those groups. I think behind all that, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom needs to be, because he's a major force, needs
Yeah.
to be the next big fucking villain. And these are the little nuggets that we're going to get. And
They
then
need
I
to do
think
a Dr.
that's
Doom
going to
movie
be
first.
our
I
big
just
guy
want
for the
Dr.
next
Doom
phase.
movie.
I think Doctor Doom,
Has to be it.
I think he'll arrive in phase, phase 6, I guess it would be, because this
Wait,
is phase
when you
4.
go with
I think this is the lead up into
Because
our
phase 1
endgame.
didn't have Thanos or anything. He started in phase 2.
No, there was nuggets all there, man.
But that was the first, like after the Avengers, where he turned around, and that was the end of phase
there.
1. So like the beginning of phase 2 was the whole Infinity arc, but this all led up to it because he was pulling straight forward. Anyway, I think in phase
Put some money on
at the
that.
beginning
Put
of
some
phase
money on that.
6,
All
is
those people
where
are
we'll
going to be
see
working.
Dr.
They're from
Doom.
Liberia, bitch. I bet you.
Liberia?
I'm telling you, I'm on my Doctor Doom stand, son. Doctor Doom. All right, CC, it's your turn.
Go.
Well, I was like, first I was kind of torn. Like, are they gonna put Spider-Man more so on his own path, or are they gonna tie it more into like the Marvel universe as it stands? But I think they're gonna do the latter personally because they already got Shield in there. So
Shield's in space. Well, Shield's still there, and we
Right.
run by our scroll.
Right.
People that we love
Like,
from
what
Captain
you
Marvel, which I
mean
love.
you call
I
me?
love seeing
I
them
got
come
you
back.
saying
right,
standing
Nick
on
Fury and.
But now, Nick Fury's out in space with the rest of the other scrolls.
Yeah, so the
Okay,
question
for
is
sure.
just how are they going to tie it in? Because I know they're going to do it, but are they going to bring other people like, are the Avengers going to get involved like you said, or is it going to tap more into like the Spider-Verse as a whole, like which route?
We'll
Is
see.
Spider-Man going to take the
Yeah.
lead and be the leader of the Avengers? Probably not. 'Cause he's a kid,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
Or are we going to see Cap?
Right.
Sam Wilson Cap?
Right.
Are we going
Yeah.
to see that? You know,
All right.
What's going to happen?
My other thing is what I want to see on a final note is they really stimped out. They need to do an Incredible Hulk movie again.
Let's see.
Need to
Everybody
do
was
it.
mad at Hulk.
Yeah.
They were mad that Hulk didn't Hulk out. And then,
Well, there's a reason because of the licensing with Universal Studios and whatnot, and that's why they kind of torn it down.
All right, guys.
Speaking of final note, we kind of look like a boy band or like a what you call it band.
Yes.
Don't we? On the brick wall.
All right.
You could be our
Marion
Fergie.
behind the camera is telling us we got to sign off. So, guys, what we always do with our trailer reactions, we give it our thumbs up, thumbs down, or to the side, whether or not we're going to see it. Now we've seen it. Let's give it a thumbs up if we definitely recommend people should see it. A thumbs down if no, they shouldn't see it. Or to the side if it's a maybe. I think I know what y'all are going to do, but let's do it anyway. In a 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Double thumbs
Check
up.
it out. Spider-Man, Far From Home. It's the NRW squad. Dalek, my man Dale, CC the Geek, CC, and of course the funny Yogi and son Glenn Lawrence McDonald. Level Up Comedy in the House. I am Patrick for Marianne behind the camera, and also my man Lewis from KPRM Gaming and NRW Games behind the camera. It's the squad, NRW. Thank you to
Subscribe.
Alamo Draft House.
Oh, that could be the name of our first
It's all
single.
on the
Subscribe.
screen. Yeah, it's all on the screen. We gotta get out of here, but go check out Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ain't nothing but
We out of here, y'all.
Go and subscribe. That would have been great. Oh shit, she's singing it. Tell me why. You better go and subscribe. Subscribe.
I'm not gonna stop filming that.
Y'all wildin'.